Good morning, everyone. Well, if you've been following along, you know that I purchased 100,000 gigahashes of Sun mining contracts, and it turns out that by not checking very carefully on their somewhat obfuscated site, it turns out the contract doesn't start until May the 18th. So I've got money invested in them that the contract won't start for another 4 months. Uh, So we're working with what we've got. I decided I'm going to go ahead. I wanted money to start making now. I did have another 9 grand or so to invest, and so decided to make another purchase, just so I could get some cash flow coming in right now. When I'm looking at the purchase capacity thing under the cabinets, one of the things I noticed was that right now, at least, we'll go over here and look at it. Let's say we're purchasing 1,000 gigahashes of Bitcoin and 10 megahertz of Ethereum. They're about the same price, um, close enough. Notice the price in dollars for the Bitcoins, $172 for 1,000 gigahashes, return about $33.20 over 30 days. $133 for the Ethereum, and a return of $29.20 over 30 days. Right now, obviously it's right now and things change, but right now the return on Ethereum is better than the return on the Bitcoin mining. Will it change? Of course it will. Um, but I thought, well, why not diversify a little bit, and instead of putting all that money into Bitcoin mining, I decided to put it into Ethereum mining. So I'm looking at it, and let me take the Bitcoin thing off. And I go down here and I got, well, I don't have 1.17, I don't have $11,900, so I can't get one of those. Um, what I had was enough to get a 500 and a 200 megahertz contract. So I ended up getting two contracts, a 500 and a 200, 700. I think that's about right. Um, about 700 megahertz, megahashes worth of processing power. Now, um, but then it occurred to me, if if you're familiar with sun mining, you see the referral program means that if somebody uses you as a leak, then you get, depending on your capacity, you get 10% of whatever capacity they purchase added to your capacity. And we can go up here and look at the hash rate and profitability. Um, and you can see I've got some Ethereum here, and then I got a big bump in Ethereum up to right now I've got 82 megahashes of Ethereum. Now, here's the thing. I didn't buy any of this Ethereum. This is all referral. And I'll tell you about this big bump here in a minute. I had the money. Obviously, yesterday Bitcoin was way down. Um, doesn't really matter in the case of Sun Mining because they just adjust their Bitcoin prices based on um, the actual cash value in US dollars. They're just charging you US dollars and making it sound like they only take Bitcoin, which they do, but it doesn't matter. If it's $9,000, you just buy $9,000 worth of Bitcoin, send it to them, and boom, that's it. So if Bitcoin is 20,000, you're sending them less than half. If Bitcoin is 8,000, you're sending them more than one. To them, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter to you either. Okay, so well, here's what I did. I decided to take advantage of the referral program because when you register for Sun Mining, it's an email and a password. They don't do any verification of who you are, what you are. Um, and I thought, well, why can't I have two accounts on Sun Mining? No reason you can't. Um, and eventually even three accounts. And I'll tell you about that in a second. But the referral program, anybody that you refer directly, you get 10% of their purchases or their capacity. Anybody that they refer, you get 5% and they get 10%. So on the third account, if you decide to go that far, um, you've actually added 15% additional capacity. And all of these accounts can be owned by you. So you own each of the three accounts. You're getting the 15% capacity, 10% in the first account, 5% in the second account, and then the original purchase in the third account. So that no matter what you buy, if you buy it in the third account, you end up getting a 15% extra amount of capacity. Sounds good. I don't see any problem with it. And um, let me switch over to my second account and I will show you how it works. Okay, here you can see I'm at my second account that I created. I don't have any Bitcoin in that account, but I put in a purchase of 700 mega hashes of Ethereum yesterday. Made 0.05124495 units of Ethereum last night. The balance now shows as $42.35 in one day. That's one day worth of Ethereum processing, which sounds pretty good actually. It's better than I'm getting from my current Bitcoin processing because I don't have the 100,000 yet. I'm still at about 11,200. But that applied, that 700, I got 70 mega hashes. Did I say gigahashes earlier? I got 70 mega hashes, which is 10% of the capacity of this account applied to my first account. Okay, so I got 700. I ended up getting 770 overall. Since I have access to both accounts, it doesn't matter. Now, you carry this one step further because their referral program gives you a 5% discount for subsequent partners. You have a third account, and from now on, if I purchase anything in the third account, then 10% would come to the second level and 5% comes to my first level. I don't see how you can go wrong with that. So this is my recommendation is basically set up three accounts. Make a purchase in the first one, refer to the second one, make another purchase, and then from then on, all your purchases should be in the third account because that's where you can pass the most referral fees capacities up to the first and second accounts. Does that make sense? I'm I'm excited to figure this out. I'm sure other people have done it as well, but for me, it's like um, you can't beat it. I mean, I just spent $9,000, almost 9,000, worth of processing power and got an extra 850 bucks free. Now, the next time I make purchases, it'll be in a third account, which I haven't set up yet, and that third account will then pass on to the first and seconds. All right, guys, that's what I got. If it looks like it doesn't work, I'm sure you guys will tell me, and I appreciate it. But if it does, consider having three accounts at Sun Mining. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.